Hi friends, in this video we are going to deal with the important judgment titled as Union of India and Others versus Mudriga Singh pronounced on 3rd December 2021. This judgment deals with that the right against sexual harassment is vested in all persons as a part of their right to life and right to dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution. To know more about the synopsis of the case, please watch the video fully. The facts of the case would be that the complainant, a constable at the Border Security Force, lodged a complaint against the respondent, who was the head constable, his superior, with the charge of sodomy. As the respondent was found guilty of the charge, demoted to the rank of a constable. Being aggrieved, the respondent filed a petition under Section 117 of the BSF Act 1968. While the charge against respondent was found to have been established, the punishment of reduction to the rank of constable was commuted. The respondent moved the Calcutta High Court under Article 226 of the Constitution. A single judge set aside the order of punishment. The judgment of the single judge has been upheld by the division bench. The additional Solicitor General, appearing on behalf of the appellants, has urged that the High Court has taken a hyper-technical view of the matter and has failed to appreciate that the provisions of the BSF Act 1968 and BSF Rules 1969 are robust enough to cover the present case, and further submitted that this is not a case of insufficient evidence as envisaged under Rule 59 of the BSF Rules 1969, but a case of clarificatory evidence. The advocate of the respondent has argued that the impugned decision is vitiated by incurable illegality, since the order passed on the basis of additional record of evidence prepared in terms of commandant's order was without jurisdiction. The issues before the Supreme Court are whether the commandant has the jurisdiction to direct preparation of an additional record of evidence, and whether the Summary Security Force Court is under an obligation to record reasons under Rule 159 of the BSF Rules 1969 when it determines the guilt of an accused. The Supreme Court has held that the additional record of evidence which was ordered by the commandant was essentially in the nature of a clarification having regard to the discrepancy about the date of the incident, namely whether it was on 16th or 17th April 2006. This was evidently because the incident took place on the intervening night of 16th and 17th April. Rule 48 of the BSF Rules 1969 clarifies that an officer ordering the record of evidence may either prepare it himself or detail any officer to do so. The witnesses have to give their evidence in the presence of the accused, who has a right to cross-examine them. Also, the mere fact that a specific provision empowering the commandant to call for further evidence was introduced in 2011 cannot result in the conclusion that absent such a power being expressly incorporated, the power did not vest in the commandant. Further, an amendment to a statute or statutory rules may often be clarificatory in nature. It is clarificatory in the sense that it expressly recognizes a power that already vests in the authority. In those circumstances, when an amendment is purely clarificatory or declaratory in nature, it is deemed to operate retrospectively. The fact that the incident took place in the present case prior to the date of the amendment, that is 25th November 2011, would make no difference once the amendment in the true sense of the expression is construed to be clarificatory in nature. Against this backdrop, the commandant was acting within his jurisdiction in ordering an additional record of evidence to clarify the date of the incident. Class 3 of Sub-Rule 1 of Rule 59 indicates that one of the courses of action open to the superior authority is to return the case for recording evidence if the evidentiary record is considered to be insufficient, but the superior authority considers that further evidence may be available. The provisions of Rule 59.1.3 cannot be stretched to mean that, absent the conferment of a specific or express power to the commandant in similar terms, the commandant had no jurisdiction to seek clarification or order an additional record of evidence. The power of the commandant to do so is implicit, as noticed earlier in Rules 48 and 51, read with Rule 6. Hence, it cannot be postulated that by ordering an additional record of evidence, the commandant had usurped the power of a superior authority or acted contrary to the jurisdiction conferred upon him. Rule 149 does not either expressly or by necessary implication impose a mandate on the Summary Security Force Court to record reasons when it renders its findings of guilt on a case referred to it. The Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 penalizes several misconducts of a sexual nature and imposes a mandate on all public and private organizations to create adequate mechanisms for redressal. However, the existence of transformative legislation may not come to the aid of persons aggrieved of sexual harassment if the appellate mechanisms turn the process into a punishment. It is important that courts uphold the spirit of the right against sexual harassment, which is vested in all persons as a part of their right to life and right to dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution. There are several considerations and deterrents that a subordinate aggrieved of sexual harassment has to face when they consider reporting sexual misconduct of their superior. In the present case, the complainant was a constable complaining against the respondent, who was the head constable, his superior. It is evident that the discrepancy regarding the date of occurrence was of minor nature, since the event occurred soon after the midnight and on the next day. Deeming such a trivial aspect to be of monumental relevance, while invalidating the entirety of the disciplinary proceedings against the respondent and reinstating him to his position, renders the complainant's remedy at naught. The High Court in this case was not only incorrect in its interpretation of the jurisdiction of commandant and the obligation of the Summary Security Force Court to furnish reasons under BSF Act 1968 and rules therein, but also demonstrated a callous attitude to the gravamen of the proceedings. Friends, to conclude, in this video we have seen that the right against sexual harassment is vested in all persons as a part of their right to life and right to dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution, as per Union of India and others versus Mudriga Singh case. In the next video I will see you with yet another case synopsis. Until then, I take leave of you. Bye.